La La Land is an amazing, wonderfully nostalgic musical, easily one of the best of the century, full of great music, lovely visuals, an honest performance from Emma Stone, and palpable love for my favorite era of cinema. Now that said, let me destroy it. 2 things before we start. 1. I'll talk a lot about quotes. A quote is what I call a center of attention. It is what you are supposed to be looking at on screen for a specific moment. Here in Catch Me If You Can, the quote is Tom Hanks heading up the stairs. Now the quote is the gun. Now the quote is the maid. Now the quote is the badge. Now the quote is Tom Hanks again. Quotes. 2. I have been called over-demanding before. And I promise you, this is going to be the most annoyingly demanding video in the history of film directing. Be warned, for the next 15 minutes, I will be that teacher everybody hates. But you'll look at me fondly years from now when you're a successful professional.
Turn to page 394.
The first song, Another Day of Sun, is easily my favorite of the soundtrack. Though for some reason every time I try to hum it, it turns into the Crazy Frog. Anyway, La La Land's opening number is just so bad. It's like a musical kid was given too much money and winged it. Let's analyze it one quote at a time, one car after the other. Okay, then we move in on the first singer. It starts out fine. She's out of the car. Good use of the widescreen, by the way. And soon there's a new character from the right, now another from the left. So far so good, but here's where the problems begin. What the hell is this lazy student-level composition here? What am I supposed to be looking at? This is badly arranged confusion. During the first chorus, there is no doubt about the quote. It changes from one dancer to another, but the overall framing looks awful. Look at this. This guy goes partly off frame in this jump. Now he's full-on half off frame.
Oh god.
It feels like the director of photography never talked to the choreographer. The cameraman seems to be struggling to catch each new quote. He gets no help, he's sloppy, and the choreography, it's so bad. Not only does it feel random and disorganized, but there isn't a single dance move here that doesn't look like my grandma could do it. And it's all so slow. Here's my infallible test to measure if choreography is good or bad. When in doubt, mute the music. Does the dancing look impressive without sound? Here's Gene Kelly without music.
The only word for it is...
Here's this.
I hate it. She was only hired so that she could do this backflip off this car and land on the cement.
I believe her. This woman obviously wasn't hired for her dancing.
I hear him every day.
We follow this guy through more bad choreography with surprisingly little background action, then this woman seems to surprise the cameraman.
Oh shit, too close, better back off.
And now we get another terribly choreographed and sloppily filmed chorus. The camera definitely does not know what to shoot here, just chasing something to frame and sucking at it. Watch this sweep to the left here. I hate it so much. You can call the cameraman Jason because this is a massacre. So many mutilated bodies.
It's been a
Chazelle simply wants to frame this dancer here as the new coat, without any care for visual harmony, so he ruthlessly cuts all other players into pieces. Why have so many people dance if you won't frame them properly? After the bloodbath, Jason moves to the correct spot, and we get this. You know when you're in the back of a concert and you struggle to look past beyond the crowd? This is what this moment feels like. In some types of scenes, that's okay, the correct choice. Definitely not in a musical dance number. Musical dance numbers are about order, precision, perfection, and never chaos. How do they shoot the señorita here? By moving up from the crowd, because the blocking forgot to add space for the cameraman. There's no room for the camera! The camera is not dancing with the characters, which is what good directors of musicals do. The camera is an outsider trying to catch something that's happening completely out of its control. I hate it. I hate it so much. Now, that's just amateurish. So many things happening at once and you want me to look at nothing but the skateboard. Not even the whole skateboarder. I've seen a skateboard before. I don't hate this hula hoop girl. Jason tries to keep up with more uncoordinated chaos. Now you answer me this. Why, oh why is this random guy getting this imposing hero shot? For a few seconds we see nothing but this man against the sky. This is how you introduce a lead character, not a random background dancer. This isn't only useless, it's narratively irresponsible. Some more poor framing and we get to that moment everybody loves. I swear, give me 15 minutes and I can dance that choreography. What's sad about the whole thing is how great it could have been. All that was needed was Chazelle feeding the camera with the dancing, an impressive choreography, Broadway-level dancers, better visual style, and the complete removal of that useless continuous shot gimmick.
That's all.
I never criticize a movie if I don't have an example of another film that did the same thing correctly. So to better illustrate, let's check Vincente Minnelli, the best musical director of all time and one of La La Land's major influences. Here's the opening number of his 1954 film Brigadoon. Just like Another Day of Sun, it's a bunch of random characters introducing us to the movie's world.
Come ye from the hill. 1/4 I'm selling there at the square land. Come ye from the mill.
Notice how the introduction of several characters never feels haphazard. The camera knows when to move left, right, and when to stop.
Come, hail and broom. Here, everywhere.
Now I'll teach you a little directing cheat code. Like in La La Land, there are moments when there isn't one single coat. It means your eyes can wander through the frame. But what's the difference between this and this? When the shot is over busy, Minnelli holds the camera still. If you have too many things to look at and the camera moves, it gets confusing. When it stays put, it gives you freedom. These dancers are our code, movement. Many more dancers arrive. Still. It never gets chaotic. And compare this to this. Minnelli frames his dancers perfectly. Even background extras are visible. This is harmonious, precise, perfect. In a world where this exists, you should never accept this. Chazelle still lacks the needed sophistication. Not always, though. The first part of Someone in the Crowd is perfect. Let's take a look. Notice how, just like in Minnelli, the camera is not seeking the next coat. It is being led by the current coat to the next coat. As it should be. I always have a tiny heart attack in this bit, thinking the woman in yellow is going to follow the others down the corridor and bring the camera to a terrible framing of running backs, but no! She goes alone through two well-colored and illuminated rooms before leaving the frame as the new coat takes her spot. Pristine. I love everything about this scene. This is just terrific. This coat here guides our eyes to the seemingly empty spot, and Emma Stone shows up as the new coat. A 1,000 points to Chazelle here. Here's how a brilliant mind composes. We see the women leaving and now we need to shoot Emma Stone. We know Chazelle doesn't like cutting for some reason, so are we gonna get another useless whip band to frame her? No! He simply placed a mirror as the camera's final coat. I love it so much! Remind me to make a whole video on mirrors someday. Unfortunately, the remainder of the number falls flat. They throw the camera up and it shoots nothing. Right as the music swells, we see this dark palm tree and the dark sky. Why? It's just an unsubtle and visually sloppy way to move the camera up so we can see the women from up high. This is useless. Nobody wants to see the dirty road. There are many ways to shoot circling dancing motions from chest level. If you absolutely insist on aiming the camera up, shoot something. Here in this exemplary tracking shot from Kenneth the Great's Much Ado About Nothing, there's confetti falling. The camera looks up following the beautiful texture it gives the screen, and we see the people who are throwing it. Coat 1, dancers. Coat 2, confetti. Coat 3, the women throwing it. Coat 4, confetti. Coat 5, dancers. Not one instant wasted. In La La Land, Coat 1, dancers. Coat 2, nothing. Coat 3, this dark random palm tree. Was that a skyline? Never mind. Coat 5, dancers. No, the trunk doesn't count as a coat. It is too dark, too random and too still. This song is excellent, by the way. Everything preceding the pool in the party is great. But then... the goddamn pool shot. The goddamn spinning pool shot.
I hate it.
From perfectly choreographed, beautiful order to this mess. Why is the camera drunk? Mia is not enjoying the party. Give me one reason why the camera is supposed to be drunk right now.
I hate it! I'm going to hell!
Speaking of which, let's finish off with that cute A Lovely Night number. I die a little on the inside every time I see Emma Stone take off her heels. Never mind, no woman would carry shoes in her purse, let alone dancing shoes. As a Ginger Rogers fan, I insist that every actress dances the foxtrot and swing in heels.
Oh, try doing that yourself!
If Ryan Gosling can learn to play fast and tight with his scales like this, then Emma Stone can learn to dance in heels. Anyway, their dancing is awful. Much worse than their already pedestrian and timid singing.
What a shame, those two are you and me.
And maybe this appeals to someone not in heels.
Why do they sound like they're trying not to wake up their sister in the next room?
Is that so?
Or it could be
Not only is the dancing too slow, they simply look uncomfortable. It's like they're thinking,
What if someone sees me? This is so embarrassing.
I wish they would at least properly raise their arms. It's supposed to be a beautiful moment, but watch it again without the music. Why is it so slow? This scene was inspired by Vincent Minnelli's The Band Wagon. Look at Fred Astaire and Sid Charisse without the music. In a world where this exists, you should never accept this. If for Singing in the Rain Debbie Reynolds could learn from scratch to dance on the level of Donald O'Connor and Gene Kelly in heels, then these two could have reached grade A level. No, camera, I see what you're doing. Don't. I forbid you from rushing forward and framing that unfocused background with the actors' heads lazily half-framed in the down area. Don't fuck! That's my take on the directing of La La Land. It's got highs and lows. Yes, I was harsh, but La La Land has a plus that 99% of movies do not. It is ambitious. Damien Chazelle tried to make a masterpiece. And though it often fails, a man's reach should exceed his grasp. Or what's a heaven for?
Look. Is that a face? Is that a face for a magazine cover? So beautiful. And I love you. That's someone I love, and you I don't even like.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share it. And is there another film's directing you'd like to see analyzed to bits? Leave a comment. I will see you next time, and this is MovieWise.